All right. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Coffee and Cannoli, joined once again by Campo.reviews over on this side, I believe. Sure, whichever side he likes, basically. Campo.reviews does movie reviews on his Instagram, does TV show reviews. So we're bringing him on here today to talk about summer movies. Now that restrictions are easing up, we're allowed to go to the movie theater soon once again. Campo, what movies can we look forward to this summer?
Well, I've hijacked your video
That's quite all right.
and I've made it just be any movies I feel like watching this year.
Okay.
But okay, let's go. We can go through the summer.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. Anything 2021 and beyond, I guess.
yeah. Well, to be honest with you, in typical Campo fashion, I guess this is the
Hmm.
first time it's not Caps fashion. I don't know the dates of anything, so but that's usually me. And
Yeah.
especially with how the dates change now, I don't know. I mean,
Well,
what are you looking forward to? I'll give you three.
sure.
The French Dispatch, Wes Anderson's new film. That's number one probably.
Yeah.
Last Night in Soho, which is the new Edgar Wright movie with Anya Taylor-Joy, and Dune. I really want to see Dune.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's the one on the top of my list too. I really enjoyed the one from the 80s with Kyle MacLachlan, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Dave Bautista does in this one.
to be honest with you, I haven't seen the first one in since the mid 2000s. So I
Yeah.
have it on Blu-ray. I just never got around to rewatching it. I honestly don't remember anything about it except that it doesn't make much sense.
No, it doesn't. I just remember Kyle MacLachlan and Malcolm McDowell and Sting naked
Yes.
almost for some reason.
I
A
mean,
naked Sting,
a naked Sting is like the next best thing to a naked David Bowie. So like,
right? So there you
um
go.
but I mean, well, we might as well talk about Dune for a second.
Yeah.
It's a really hard book to adapt. I attempted to read it and I did not finish
Made no
reading it.
sense. No, to me, it
Um,
made no sense.
it's a really hard read and it's so complex that turning it into a movie is not going to be easy. I don't know if this Dune is going to be a part one and a part two. I think that's what they wanted it to be.
Okay.
I don't know if it ended up being like that, but it's definitely needs to be like 3 hours long.
The
Um,
problem with that, they may end up with like what's it called? The John Carter series, because they tried to adapt John Carter and it never
well,
took off.
I just want to shout out to John Carter. That's an underrated movie.
It is a good movie. It is. I liked it.
But it's not like a great movie. The thing was, Disney put so much money behind it, thinking this is Pirates of the Caribbean Part Two coming
Or
like
in
series
space.
wise. Yeah, and it just didn't go that way, but it wasn't bad. It just wasn't a moneymaker. And it's based off a really small property. Like, it's not like it's
Yeah.
you took like a super like Batman and we're like, yeah, we're going to do a Batman movie. No, it's like nobody even knew what John Carpenter was. I mean, John Carpenter.
Which we
Why
can
did
get
I
into.
say John Carpenter?
We'll be getting into John Carpenter later.
Why did I say John Carpenter?
I don't know.
Whoa.
John Carter, John Carpenter. Hey.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of close.
You condensed it.
Yeah, it's John Carpenter's brother, John Carter.
John Carter.
But Joe Carter from the Toronto Blue Jays.
Blue Jays. Shout
It's,
out.
Yeah, shout out. Home run time. It was a good movie. It just didn't have the legs to do that. And Dune has the star power behind it. Especially this one. Like,
Yeah.
blows the other one out of the water in terms of everyone. I mean, David Lynch directed the other Dune. Like, what?
Yeah.
Would never
That's
have expected
guess that. Yeah.
But Denis Villeneuve showed that he can make a sci-fi movie. We got Arrival was amazing. And
Yeah. Arrival was really, really good.
Blade Runner 2049.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so hey, maybe he's gonna do a good job with
Which
this.
is underrated. Blade Runner 2049 is not as bad as people. I enjoyed it.
Hold on. This is like a me being
Biased.
in the movie community online
Okay.
on a constant basis. That movie is not underrated. That movie
Okay.
is
It
literally
gets a lot of
talked
love.
about like it's the second coming of Christ. It's the greatest movie ever made. If you ever tell someone who likes Blade Runner 2049 that it's anything wrong with it, you will never hear the end of it.
Oh, so
It's
like Zack Snyder fans.
Yeah, but it's basically, I know what you mean, because outside of the like cinephile community,
Yeah.
it's like nobody even watched Blade Runner 2049. I took Anthony to watch it and he fell asleep. And
That's
like,
amazing.
I was like glued to the screen. I was like, this is just visually, I couldn't look away.
See, whereas me, I like more the cyberpunk aesthetic to it, right? So
Yeah.
I've always been a fan of that aesthetic, right? So
I think the visuals of that movie are next level.
Yeah, it
And
was
it does a lot of justice to the first movie. It's really well made. We got way off topic,
way off
but
topic,
yeah,
but
maybe the
that's what
2049.
these are
Okay.
that's what these are for.
So let's go what we think is going to come out this summer because we really do not know.
Yeah,
Fast and the Furious just came out. I could care less.
yeah. They replaced one wrestler for another.
Yeah, I'll tell you honest truth. I've never seen any of them past the third one, and I never want to. I think the third one is the best one of the first three.
That's which one, the Tokyo Drift one?
Yeah, it absolutely knows that it's a stupid movie.
And spoiler alert, that's where they bring Dom back, right?
Yeah, at the end.
Okay.
But it knew that it was a dumb movie. And
Yeah.
it's a weird thing because I don't know if Paul Walker comes back in the fourth one. I might have seen the fourth one. I don't remember. But they wanted to. So the first one has all of them. The second one, Dom's gone, and it's just Paul Walker.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel, sorry. He wanted out of the franchise. And the third one came out, and Vin Diesel was like, crap, I need a moneymaker. Came back, and then Paul Walker wanted out of the franchise. And the next one was just supposed to be a Vin Diesel movie, but ended up them all being in it, which is funny.
That's pretty funny. I'm trademarking part 10 right now. I have the title.
Okay.
It's Fast 10, your seatbelts.
Oh my God, that's so good. That's so good. I can't beat that.
And you know what? It's dumb enough that they'll actually do that.
Yeah, they will do that.
I'm calling it now. Fast 10, your seatbelts.
The Fast 11 is going to be like Formula 1.
Formula 1. But yeah, I never, like I said, I've never been really into that franchise either. So for me,
that's a big bust.
Yeah, for me, that is.
I don't listen. It's a weird thing. Once again, off topic, but I don't like stupid action movies. I know, like, I preach about 80s and 90s stuff, but that's like where it dies for me. And after that, I don't really want to watch a dumb action movie. I can watch a movie that has a lot of fun in it as an action movie, but the movie has to make sense. And it can't have ridiculously unrealistic things.
Well, I think that's what I think led to the success of Hobbs and Shaw.
Which
is a better film.
Hobbs and Shaw has a little bit of the unrealistic stuff going for it, but I give it credit that it actually is like a fun buddy cop movie that went somewhere until it gets to like the Usos and like when they go to like
and Roman Reigns
when
and
they go to Samoa. That part is so bad, the movie completely falls apart because it becomes like a dumb Fast and the Furious movie, and you could have just ended it. You already had a big climax. Why the hell is the movie still going?
And now you have a WWE faction in it.
Yeah, and it's like, and yeah, Hobbs and Shaw is a fun time, but I don't need that ending. John Wick, I can poke holes in John Wick, but John Wick at least gives you action, and it's taking itself seriously. It's
also nonstop. There's never a dull moment in John Wick. It does not slow down. Yeah.
If you haven't seen Nobody is just as good. Like, maybe not just as good, but if you like John Wick, you'll love that. I mean, the Raid films are amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge Dredd fan, but I will admit that Dredd is a really good action movie, and it's worth a watch if you like that kind of stuff.
I'm used to Dredd, the IP. I'm used to it because of the comics, right? And the graphic novels and stuff like that. So, and I found that Carl Urban one I found that slightly better than the
Stallone. A lot better.
Yeah. Stallone still holds a place in my heart.
But that's a movie like where I'm like a stupid action movie that I have fun with. I don't have fun with Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
It just seems stupid to me, like beyond having a fun time with it.
Yeah. And then you have all the idiots that try to go out and mimic all that stuff out on the streets.
Yeah, like, hold on. Just like, this is so irrelevant and the stupidest thing because nobody cares.
Yeah.
But someone posted a picture, I think it was like Fandom, and they posted a thing that was all the cars and how fast they can go. And Dom's Plymouth, whatever, goes 289 miles an hour. And I was like, just like for like the sake of trying to they didn't even try to make the movie realistic. It has a spoiler, with no type of ground effects or aerodynamics to hold the car on the ground. So let alone getting to 200 miles an hour without flying away, there's no way you're getting to 289. Then I noticed down on the list, it shows his original car, the Charger that he drives, the old one. It doesn't even have a spoiler and it goes 249 miles an hour. How did you achieve that?
Well, that's the thing too. Like, I'm not a gearhead, but I watch Formula One racing. Now, you tell me that the aerodynamics and the downforce that they place on these cars in the Formula One cannot match the Plymouth or whatever Charger that Dom's driving.
My thing is just a series that started out, at least in the first 2 movies or maybe 3, being mostly about the cars and what was special about the cars and the racing, became like a joke. At least take the time for the people who like cars and to like pay homage to where you came from in this franchise, and like make it realistic. Put some air vents on a car so it looks like it's supposed to go that fast and not fly away. You know what I mean?
It's that scene, because now we were discussing this over texting last night too. The fact that now the trailers just give the movie away.
Oh yeah.
And there's that scene in the trailer where he's bungee cord to a helicopter or something in the trailer where he's just flying around. Like that would have ripped off his suspension.
Like, granted, for a person who doesn't like this franchise, I know way too much about it. I actually went like 7 for 7 on the fandom quiz about it. Don't ask me how, but there's a scene where the girl Letty, Michelle Rodriguez, I think is her name, is about to crash into, or she loses control on a motorcycle or something and crashes into a tree and flies up in the air. And instead of letting her land on the grass or the ground, he swings a car in to catch her on it. Like, why would you rather land on metal than the grass? I don't understand.
I find too many holes. Like, and that's the thing. When I don't like a franchise, I'll find every little hole
of course.
there.
But it's like, I don't even care if you're not going to be realistic, but a movie that hinges so much on the cars aspect, at least try to be realistic with how they look. Like, all you have to do is put a spoiler on a car to show us, like, it goes this fast, it needs a spoiler. Like, common friggin' sense.
Yeah, for the aerodynamics.
The first movie is all about talking about car parts. And so was the second movie. And then in this one, it was the new ones are like, we're just going to fly to the moon.
They became heist movies, I think.
Yeah, and it
wasn't so much about the car anymore, but the action involved in pulling off these type of heists or whatever.
But the littlest things you can do to make a movie seem more grounded and realistic is more worth it to do it. Like, it wouldn't be hard. You could go to Canadian Tire, get some stickers, those stickers that look like air vents, and just put it on the car.
They're speed holes. They make the car go faster, as Homer says.
Hey, my car creates 0 downforce, but somehow I don't fly away at 289 miles an hour.
I wonder if I could do that in my Corolla.
I wonder if I can make this turn going 60 in a vintage muscle car with no downforce. Sorry, I know a lot about cars. I'm not gonna. I do know a lot about
it's
cars.
It's all good.
But we went off. So summer franchises, Black Widow.
Is that coming out?
If it's supposed to now, like now they're starting to do interviews and stuff, so it's looking like
the press junkets are out there now.
Yeah, it's looking like it's gonna happen.
Okay.
It's funny that this is the one that they keep protecting. This seems like not anything wrong with it, but like in terms of like the tentpole size of your movie and what you put into it, this is like the smallest one.
Yeah, because this happens before Infinity Saga, right?
Yeah, and it's also it's a segregated, like, enclosed story.
Right.
And it's not like a big effect, a huge thing. It's more like going to be, I'm assuming it's going to be like hand-to-hand, shoot 'em up type of stuff.
Yeah.
Where like Shang-Chi is going to be like big flying, which that's what I'm looking for.
I saw the second trailer. Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Yeah, you got Abomination in there, and you got, I mean, Disney does a good job showing you enough, but not giving away everything, I think.
It's like you see, oh shit, you see Abomination. It's like, now I want to go see this movie.
But it was so quick, you have to stop that to realize that. And he's fighting Wong, by the way.
Yes, Benedict Wong is the actual actor's real name. But I think it's because they did say they're bringing Tim Roth back in She-Hulk.
Yeah, they wanted to bring him back in, I don't know if it was Age of Ultron, in one of the earlier things, because they wanted to use him for something. I don't remember what it was for.
That's off topic, but that's leading to the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, which I hope happens.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see Red Hulk on the screen.
That would be really cool.
And have a showdown between Red Hulk and Hulk.
I mean, I'm hyped for Black Widow. It looks like it will be good. I like the idea that it's going to be a John Wick-ish type of superhero movie. That's cool. I like ScarJo. I like Florence Pugh. I like whatever his name is from Stranger Things. David Harbour. The worst cowboy of all time.
Rachel Weisz.
Yeah. And
it still looks fantastic.
The cast is there. The cast is there. Just I hope it comes through. I hope we get a couple cameos. I hope there's like a Hawkeye cameo or something.
I think it should be like this. This will probably be right before Hawkeye becomes Ronin, right?
Yeah, it would be. So I mean, yeah, happy about that. Shang-Chi's really got me amped. We said that.
Yeah, that cast too. It's not as big of a cast, but it's got a really good cast. Like it's Michelle Yeoh, Tony Leung is in it. I forgot the actor's name who plays Shang-Chi. He's from Kim's Convenience.
Yeah, it's a Kim's Convenience guy.
Yeah, and Awkwafina's in it too.
That's what I'm about.
Yeah, and she's fantastic comedic. Like she has great comedic timing, and she's going to provide great comedy relief in that film.
Just in the little tiny bits of her making jokes in that show or in the trailers, I'm already. You already got me.
Yeah,
you sold my ticket.
She's really good with her timing.
Yeah,
really good comedic timing. Yeah.
I wish they did a better job with like the actual action figures for it. I would have probably bought all of them. I ended up just buying the Shang-Chi Funko Pop because pre-ordering it.
Yeah.
Because the Marvel Legends look really, really bad for that movie.
They do. I'm expecting a Fing Fan Foom cameo in that film.
You see him in the trailer, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you do?
You see like a dragon underwater.
I think that's just a protector dragon, unless that's him.
Oh, maybe it's like giving you the hint that you're going to see him, right?
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping for. But
I hope we get to see.
There's a deep Marvel cut for you.
I hope Ben Kingsley comes in this somehow.
Yes, it's Trevor Slattery.
I hope so. I hope that it turns out that he was an actor playing the Mandarin,
hired by the Mandarin,
but he was also an actor playing the bumbling idiot that was the actor. So like really, he's like a genius, and they used him to like take the heat off of whoever's the Mandarin in this.
Yeah, because I think at the end of Hail to the King, was it?
Yeah.
Remember he was being interviewed and he asked him, have you ever met and he clearly, the other guy was working for the Mandarin at that time. So if it turns out to be true, spoilers, but that's one of the Marvel ones I'm looking forward to this year.
We might as well, I'll continue hijacking your show.
Cool.
Let's just go full superhero here.
Yeah.
We know. I'm looking forward to Spider-Man, and as someone who's a self-proclaimed not Spider-Man liker, that's saying a lot. It looks like it's going to be good.
I think Tom Holland is the best of the three.
I think Tom Holland, this is my opinion, and I might have said this 100 times already. Tobey Maguire was the best Peter Parker. Andrew Garfield was the best Spider-Man, but Tom Holland manages the two and the interchanging of the two and their different lifestyles the best.
Yeah.
He doesn't do either one the best, but he's the best, like,
and mixing them. Yeah.
Right.
Like Peter Parker is separate than Spider-Man.
Yeah. It's like, for me, like Michael Keaton was the best Batman. I mean, best Bruce Wayne. Christian Bale was the best Batman, but Ben Affleck did both the best. Yeah. In my opinion. Until Justice League. But when he became not
But
Batman.
You know what? I'm looking forward to Robert Pattinson's turn as
well. Very much. Yeah, I think he looks really good. The trailer was amazing.
Yeah, so that's down the line.
Well, I think that's this year, though, right?
I heard February 22.
Okay. Oh, it did get pushed back. You're right. So ones that might come out this year, Morbius. I don't know. Is it gonna? I don't know. Who knows?
Carnage.
I don't really. Carnage. I don't listen. I had fun with the first Venom.
I didn't mind it.
I'm gonna watch this.
I hope it leads to a Sinister Six or something. I mean,
but between the two of those movies, I don't care. Like whether they come out this year or next year and I get to watch them or don't, I don't care. I'm going to watch it anyways when it does, but it's not like that's not on my hype train of movies. Suicide Squad.
Yeah, that one is. Idris Elba, like I'll say right now, man crush right there.
That new trailer looked
I'm not afraid
real
to
good.
Yeah.
And you got a double crush in that movie for me because you got Idris Elba and Margot
Robbie. So you tackle both sides of that.
Yeah, get a little of both.
Yeah, there's one guy I can't see.
Yeah, he's there.
Shout out to Fast and Furious 9, Dom's brother.
Wow.
But Suicide Squad is one I really like that scene where they're climbing up the side of the wall, and Margot Robbie is like, "What are you guys doing? We're here to rescue you." "Oh, do you want me to go back?"
Oh yeah, you want me to go back and you can come get me?
And the fact that they have so many like obscure random that they're just going to die, like Polka Dot Man.
But I hope they handle it better than Slipknot.
Oh my God, Slipknot was bad.
I get the point of that, but I want this movie to at least like let me meet Polka Dot Man for a couple of minutes before you kill him.
Like
Don't just
Weasel.
be like, this is Slipknot. He's dead.
Yeah, like they're bringing in Weasel, they're bringing in Polka Dot Man, they're bringing in what's Peter Capaldi's character there with the mind guy there.
I don't remember his name, but I know what he is.
Yeah,
I
so
like I said, I'm not good with names of
yeah,
anything.
I just remember him because I watched. He was probably one of my favorite doctors in Doctor Who, but beside
It's
the
not
point.
Brainiac.
No,
Uh,
something the mind or something like that. Mega Mind. I don't Mega Mind's
Megamind. That's a different movie.
different
Brad
movie.
Pitt. But yeah, there is superhero wise. I mean, there's got to be something else superhero wise. I don't know why I keep letting my phone turn off.
I don't know. Superhero, that's all I can really think of in terms of is Doctor Strange not till next year, right?
Yeah,
they pushed that till because I think Marvel and Disney, they're focusing more on the shows this year.
What about Thor? Is that this year? No, that's next year too. Yeah. Okay, well, so continuing with stuff for this year, I mean, you got Ghostbusters allegedly,
which I think that's been pushed back as well.
But I don't think it's to 2022.
No, it could be holiday.
I think it's just towards the end of the year, like November or something.
Okay.
But this is the thing, right? Was the hard part of doing this. That's why I tried to expand the list for this, because so many movies are getting pushed back that you can't even, with it being the middle of summer right now, you can't even pinpoint summer movies because
there's no summer blockbuster other than probably Black Widow. You really can't really call a summer blockbuster this year, can you?
Not like on the dot. I think, well, isn't Suicide Squad in the summer?
It's this summer as well, Suicide Squad. From what I understand, Suicide
Squad.
July
30th.
July 30th. Okay. I think the big one of the summer might be Space Jam.
Oh, I don't want it to be.
But a lot through nostalgia factor, I think that might be.
Yeah. Okay, so well, you got, I think, other movies for this year. I believe Candyman's coming out this year.
Yes, that one is slated for the end of the year.
I'm kind of excited for that. Speaking of horror movies, I believe Halloween Kills is eventually going to come out.
They're saying that's October as well. Like I saw that's another one where they gave everything away in the trailer.
Yeah. This is my big issue with that. And I'll tell you this, a lot of people got mad at me talking about it online. I really didn't like that trailer. I was so hyped for this movie. I still am. I liked the last one. I mean, it's not my favorite Halloween, but it's in my probably top 3.
Yeah.
And I was like, did this movie just turn into John Wick?
Yeah, basically, Michael Myers is John Wick
now. How
did
Michael Myers, moving 1 kilometer an hour, and he looks like he's moving slowly, take down like 10 firemen who all just stood there and watched as one by one they all got killed? I don't understand that.
Yeah,
you could have all just attacked him. You're giant firemen. You're telling me you couldn't stop this guy? Like, he didn't even have a weapon at first.
Is Danny McBride back for writing this one?
Yes, he did both, I believe.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't want there to be more to begin with. Someone saw this and told me it was good. I won't ever name names, but yeah, that happened.
Okay.
So hopefully, I'm hoping it is good.
Yeah, I'm looking. That's always been one of my favorite horror franchises. So, because there've been some stinkers out there. I mean,
Halloween has a few solid movies. Like, we'll eventually do like horror movie stuff, and we'll get deep into it. But Halloween's probably up there for me. I mean, it definitely beats Nightmare and what's the other one?
Friday the 13th. Yeah.
I mean, I prefer Friday over Nightmare. I like Freddy Krueger as a character, but I hate those movies. There's so many bad ones.
See, I'll take Hellraiser over.
I'll take Hellraiser 1. That's
the only one, but yeah.
I don't want the other ones.
Yeah. There's what else you
look crap. At? I keep closing it. I'm sorry. I wrote down a list. I mean, Jungle Cruise is coming out.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to watch it.
I'm kind of interested in that one. Like, I always have a good time with whenever The Rock's in a movie. Like, in these kind of like, it's very Jumanji-esque.
Yeah, and I like both Jumanjis.
Yeah, a lot of people.
I like Emily Blunt.
Yeah,
so that's a bonus. I just watched Quiet Place 2. It was really good.
Yeah, that's another one that I was going to ask you about that one. Quiet Place 2. I never ended up watching the second one. Yeah, I should give that one a watch. It's honestly like.
It's probably my number one of the year right now.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say it's like I wouldn't say it's better than the first one. It's very tropey.
Okay.
You could tell like The first one was made to be like a standalone movie, kind of, and it did it well. And then this one like leans a lot on actual like horror tropes to like get
Okay.
its message, but it's still really good. It's a lot better than The Conjuring 3, which like
That's the new one that's coming out?
yeah,
Or
or it just came out.
it just came out? I can't remember
Yeah,
if it just, I don't know. If
yeah, I
it's the
think it was
one,
like
the
last week.
devil made me do it, right?
Yeah, and it wasn't bad.
The first one is
I
still the
wouldn't
best.
say bad, but it was like the most generic horror movie.
Okay.
The mystery aspect, like how they're trying to figure out what's happening, is the only thing that kept that movie going for me.
Okay, because I like the first one. The first one is basically based on the Amityville horror.
The first one is basically, I would say, the scariest movie I ever watched.
Yeah.
When it comes to horror movies, like if you're going like what's the scariest, that's my number one. It's up there in my favorites. The second one is different, but it's still good. This one, you could tell it's very absent of James Wan and he made that series, his magic like thing that he gets with horror. Like it doesn't have any of that flair. It's all
like that first Insidious.
Yeah, exactly. Where
that first Insidious was fantastic.
He does a great job of build up to something without anything happening, kind of. So like there's a lot of tension building, and then you keep like, when is this going to happen?
And then it falls flat.
Then it falls flat, and then boom, it happens, and it gets you. This movie was like, it starts building tension, boom, jump scare. Starts building tension, boom, jump scare, and it's like it never fully keeps you interested because it's just jump scare. It's always the ones too where they're like, they look this way and you're like, oh, the jump scare's here, and then you're like, no, it's going to be behind them, and they turn and then something comes out.
They telegraph it basically.
Yeah, you know every single one. But I mean, I think horror movie people will like it.
I'll still watch it.
I mean, No Time to Die.
Yes. I hope that comes out this year too.
It currently says October 8th in Canada.
So I hope that one comes out this year. I'm looking forward to Daniel Craig's final outing as Bond.
I really I'm so worried about this because it has so much potential to be bad as much as it does to be good.
Yeah, they're bringing Christoph Waltz back, right?
I believe so. You know what? I honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. I love James Bond. We've been through this.
Yes.
I avoided anything about this movie because I don't want it to be spoiled for me. So I saw the teaser trailer. I've never seen the full trailer. I've never seen the casting, or I've never looked at it at all.
Shout out to a video that still has to be released. Top movie franchises.
Oh yeah, what shit we did? Wait, I think it came out. Putty. It's Putty's video. Oh crap!
Let Putty deal with that one. Hey, Putty.
Shout out to Putty if you ever post it. But yeah, I mean, there's a few more movies. Did you have any?
I had a couple. Going from Emily Blunt, I think it's her husband, Ryan Reynolds. We got a couple. No, she's married to the other guy. Who's
John
Ryan
Krasinski? Ryan Reynolds is Blake Lively.
I always get those two confused. They're interchangeable. But Ryan Reynolds, he has an interesting one that's coming out called Free Guy.
It looks interesting. I'm interested.
I'm interested in that. That's something I want to watch.
You want to talk about dumb action movies? You got me with that.
Yeah, it's like silly. It's funny. It's got everything, right? He has two though. He has a sequel to the Bodyguard, the Hitman's Bodyguard,
which just came out last weekend, I believe.
Right. So yeah,
I like the first one.
Yeah, the first one was good. I didn't even know there was a second one coming out. There's also the G.I. Joe prequel, Snake Eyes, is coming out apparently.
This is another online argument I get into a lot too, because I never was a big G.I. Joe guy. I love the original cartoon movie,
right? The one with Sergeant Slaughter.
But I always watch Transformers more than I watch G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe. Yeah.
And
for me, it was Thundercats all the way.
Both sucked.
Yeah.
Thundercats. Yeah. Thundercats is dope.
The
first, you know, what was the comic book? This is the one we didn't talk about. I need to get this out.
Yeah.
I think it was called, it's not Jim Lee. It's Rob Liefeld. Wildcats?
Wildcats. Yeah, it was Wildcats.
And there was a cartoon Wildcats that I liked, and I really liked it. Okay, so
Wildcats. Wildcats. I think I have issue number 1 somewhere downstairs.
Yeah, and the main guy's like Stryker or something.
Yeah,
right?
That's him. Yeah, I think it was called Wildcats. I'm looking forward to the Aretha Franklin biopic.
I am too. That looks pretty good.
Aretha, Jennifer Hudson, she has a great voice, so it's like I'm hoping.
It's funny. She gets picked for this type of biopic role a lot.
Yeah. But I mean,
she's done it a lot.
She's got a good voice, so I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to that one too. But yeah, other than that, like I said, I'm like you said, there's also the Adam Bourdain biopic. Would that be considered a summer film?
Anthony Bourdain?
Anthony Bourdain, sorry,
Okay,
yeah.
I was like, I
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
sure if there
Anthony.
was someone else that I
No,
didn't
no, no.
know.
Anthony Bourdain. There's a
I
biopic
mean,
about him coming out.
like we let summer go because we
Yeah.
don't even know. Any one
Yeah,
of these movies that right
could
now
be
can come
pushed.
out at any time. And I think it's more fair to just be optional. But yeah, I mean that's I would watch that.
Yeah, but yeah,
He was a pretty good guy in terms of like content. Like he was
Yeah.
very popular. He had some good books. There's The Green Knight, which is supposed to be really good.
Yeah,
That's coming out. Top Gun, if it ever comes out.
yeah, that's a big one for me. Top Gun Maverick.
And listen, I'm not even a huge Top Gun guy. I like it, but this movie looks amazing.
This is Tony Scott's last film, right? Because he died. Is it because Tony and Ridley did it together?
Did they?
I think so. I could be mistaken. I'm not 100% sure, but I could be mistaken. But it could be the last Tony Scott produced film.
Maybe produced because it's directed by Joseph Kosinski.
Right. But it's the Scotts that have the IP, right?
Yeah, own the IP, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But I just watching the trailer, like the airplane like kicking and then kicking again with him, and you know he's really flying this friggin' thing.
Yes, Tom Cruise. Yeah, he does.
I was like, yeah, you had me on board because the first one is like an action movie, but no one's doing their own stunts. In this one, it's like, okay, you know that Cruise. Tom Cruise is friggin' flying.
He's really flying that F-15 or whatever it is.
Watching not CGI planes do those cool things, you have me.
Yeah, I think that's isn't he also working on another Mission Impossible?
Yes, I believe is next year.
Is next year. Okay.
Okay, well, Matrix 4, is that going to come out this year?
That's another one. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
That it's a good thing we expanded this because it's
with the pandemic, you don't really know anymore. But luckily, like I said, restrictions are starting to ease up. So hopefully,
it was a good time to now finally do this list. I think.
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited for Matrix 4, but
I don't know. I'm kind of because the first one was fantastic, and it kind of
okay. Well,
the third one wasn't.
Let's talk Matrix while we're on the Matrix.
Sure.
We got a couple of minutes, I think.
Yeah.
The first Matrix is a really good movie. It's so different. It's completely of its own. There's nothing like it.
It's also contained too. So if it ended, it ended.
And it should have. The expansion became a greed situation, coupled with the fact that now the Wachowskis, whatever you call them, believe they were geniuses. And they were thought, like, oh, we can easily write more of these. You're going to pay us $50 million. Okay, I'll easily continue this series.
Think that started the trend of instead of making one movie, let's expand it and make it two.
Right? Where then it got to the second one. And the second one is a solid sci-fi action movie. I don't hate it. I enjoy it a lot, actually. But I wouldn't say it's even remotely as good as the first one.
I just never understood the orgy.
The third one is dog poop.
Yeah.
When we went to watch it in theaters with my dad and my cousins and my uncle, Tony and everyone.
Yeah.
And when the movie was over, every single person was like, what the hell did we just watch?
It made no sense. They even didn't Will Ferrell even spoof the old man at the end with the ergo with the
and it's just like I don't know. I'm okay. I'm not worried about the fourth one, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm worried about it, but I'm still excited to see it. Like,
I'm afraid this may end Keanu Reeves' streak.
I mean, he was going to end this streak anyways. He would have ended it anyways. He has a habit of every time there's a resurgence in his career, he just starts taking any role that people give him. I mean, if you notice all his cameos, like, okay, he was pretty good as his little cameo in SpongeBob. He was pretty good at his little cameo in...
was he in Crazy Rich Asians as well?
No, it was the other one with the same people who did it.
Yeah.
On Netflix, Here We Go Again, or
something like that. Yeah. But it was that same.
That's a good movie, and his part in it is awesome. But it's like you could see that he's like starting, and I don't even think it's for money. I think he just loves acting. He's just starting to take anything. Like in Bill and Ted,
I didn't mind Bill and Ted.
Okay, let's talk. Can we talk about Bill and Ted? Is that okay on
Absolutely.
this
Let's
episode?
talk
If we
about Bill and Ted.
Bill
I
and
didn't
Ted?
mind Bill and Ted.
Like this is real podcast stuff here when we allow this.
Yeah,
All right.
for sure.
I I don't. Okay, I liked it. I think I gave it like a 7. I had an enjoyable time with it, but it was not Bill and Ted. Like
No,
it
it was
lost
not.
all of the aura that the first 2 movies had.
Yeah, they tried to mimic the magic of the first one, where they're going around and grabbing all the historical
Which was
figures
the best part.
of the first one,
Yeah,
or
and
of the
this
new
one.
one.
I
This
like
one too.
that.
Yeah, I like the scene where they go to China to get the flautist, and that German guy's he's like,
Yeah.
he's like, all
When they bring Jimi Hendrix to play the guitar outside of Mozart's, or what, the other way around.
Yeah,
And or Amadeus, whoever the hell it was.
yeah, it's Amadeus.
Why did I say
Mozart.
Amadeus?
It is Amadeus.
Yeah, I
Mozart.
know. That's what I'm saying. Why the hell did I say that?
Because Beethoven was in the first.
Oh yeah, exactly. But I think some of it worked really well. Some of it was kind of dumb. It kind of felt rushed. Like the story's just like immediately issue, have to save now, and then you don't have Rufus.
Yeah,
like,
even though as Christian Shaw she is in her character, it's not the same without him.
It's not Rufus. Okay.
Yeah. Love that they brought Ted's dad back.
Yeah, and they brought back the
Bill
wife.
Sadler. Oh, Missy.
Missy's back. I like the continuity.
Yeah.
They were very strong on that. But once again, I'm pretty sure both princesses are played by different people.
Every movie, it's somebody different.
Yeah, but now I think it was on purpose.
Yeah, they did it on purpose to make fun of that.
To make fun of that. But
I also like the fact of the daughters going out to find the characters to save their dads. I like that passing of the torch. That worked out really, really well.
And I think they were pretty funny in that. And I really like Samara Weaving?
Hugo Weaving's niece.
Yeah, I really like her.
Here's a shout out to The Matrix. It all comes full circle.
She's happy. She's on the pace for becoming like a scream queen, because she's like every horror movie she's in, she's like the best part of it.
Yeah, she's a fantastic actor, and I'm looking forward to some of her, like what she can do in the future.
Yeah, so that's I mean, Bill, I
had a fun time. I had a fun
time with it, and I loved reliving the nostalgia. But like the more I look back at it, I'm like, did I like this movie as much as I think I did? I don't want to relive it because I don't want to look back at my review and question what I said.
Makes sense.
Is that the most like?
I don't want to go back. For me,
ever?
I don't want to go back. I watched it once, but I don't want to go back and watch it again because of the love I have for the first 2 films.
Yeah, I think one day in a couple of years I'll watch all 3. I bought it really cheap actually. Walmart had it for $10 on Blu-ray.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cheap.
Yeah, I bought that, and I bought Mortal Kombat, the Scorpion animated
one
for $20. Both of them. Are you kidding me? Like on Blu-ray?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Town.
And that Mortal Kombat one is fantastic.
Oh, the best Mortal Kombat, the best video game movie ever.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sonic was pretty good, but
I mean, I think it was better than Sonic.
Yeah.
But it's not live action, so
yeah, Sonic is the best live action one by far. But yeah, Sonic 2, right? That's in the works too.
Oh yeah, it just wrapped. So good. I'm happy for that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of movies coming.
There's the sequel to Hotel Transylvania.
I mean, so okay.
The first one was good. I didn't like the others.
I liked the first one, and I didn't immediately like it. It took me a few rewatches. I did end up liking it. The second one is okay. It's like not as good, but it's just as watchable.
Yeah.
The third one lost me. I mean, as an overall movie, I would say it's like somewhere in the 6s out of 10. It's a watchable movie. Families will like it. It's
Adam Sandler at his most Adam Sandler-ish.
If you love the first 2, you will like it, but it is not even remotely in the same class.
And I think this is suffering the same thing as Shrek did, whereas the first Shrek was fantastic.
And the second one was still the second Shrek is maybe better than the first.
Yeah, and it's still a good movie, but then you got the 3 and Forever.
4 is like
garbage.
If anyone who's never seen Shrek 4, like just watch it to like kill yourself after. Like
that's the Rumpelstiltskin one, right?
Yeah, it's so bad.
Yeah.
The third one is already bad.
Yeah.
The fourth one is like just like drove it off a cliff.
And the series already. But yeah,
No,
another
do a
one.
fifth one.
Yeah, do a fifth just to redeem it.
Yeah, just
Speaking of
redeem
fifth ones, isn't there's a new Purge coming out too?
Yeah, The Purge.
I like the first one.
Okay.
I like the second one better.
In terms of serviceability for what it is, they're fine, the first two, but like the first one had like I spent the whole time watching it when we rented it, and I spent the whole time being like, this was back when you could still rent movies.
Were you yelling at the daughter like I was?
I was screaming like, how stupid of decisions are you making? Like every decision is
I'm going to open the door for him because he's cute.
Yeah, like, and it was just like a constant stream of like, I do not like horror movies that I get it, you're not taking yourself seriously, and that's okay. But when you make decisions just to create something, like to make something happen, but it's such a dumb decision that no human would ever make that's when you lose me.
The first season of Fear the Walking Dead suffered from that too. It's getting better. It's a little better now, but yeah, it was bad at the beginning.
To me, I hate zombies. Zombies are a genre. You lost me immediately.
Yeah.
You had like 28 days later, 28 weeks later, the new Dawn of the Dead.
Now there's 28 months later coming out too, I heard.
Oh, I'll watch that.
Yeah.
I like the last two, so.
Yeah.
I mean, but zombies is a tired genre.
It's getting a little long in the tooth.
Walking Dead couldn't hold my attention. I didn't care about the drama because I was like, I don't give a shit about zombies. Like,
I think for me, what drove me off that show was because I was such a fan of Robert Kirkman's graphic novels that when they went off on a tangent and did their own thing and then tried to retcon everything by bringing all the characters back in, that's, I think, where they lost me.
Yeah, and that's like what a lot of people didn't like about the ending of Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If you were a book reader, if you were a fan of the books, and then they just went way off.
That felt rushed, though. The ending felt rushed.
Well, yeah, because you have George R.R. Martin, who just can never finish writing a book. Yeah. That was just like, here's my notes for the next 3 books. Just figure it out.
You deal with it. It's like because he was too busy working on that video game, The Elden Ring.
Yeah, and it's just like they shot themselves in the foot by letting that happen. Yeah. And those guys lost their deal with Netflix.
Yeah, they were going to do a prequel, right? And
yeah,
they said, no way, not anymore.
But now they're still doing the prequel, but not with the writers. It's different guys now.
Different writers. Okay, that's good. Anyway, all right. If that's all you got, that's all we got, and we're out of time. So thanks again, guys, for joining us. Campo, where can we find you?
At Campo.reviews on Instagram and RLG2, RLG offline.
Where you'll sometimes find me too. I'll have all the links down in the description, and we'll put a couple of his videos down here as well. And go ahead and watch those. So thanks again for joining us, guys, and we'll see you next time. Okay.